Hopefully y'all can see this shit, you know, and it's not all fucked up and messed up or whatever. I gotta record off the Verizon phone because the fucking Apple phone being weird. But anyway, I'll review Lil Wayne Free Weezy album. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know, you see my little rant video. Not video, but tweets or whatever. Shout out to Crunk Girl. You know, she seen what I was doing and she understood, you know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that was sending me hella links for this shit. You know what I mean? It's too many of y'all to name. Y'all know who y'all are. I favorited all y'all tweets. So shout out to all y'all. A nigga was going crazy over this shit. And I said, fuck it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to review it. I didn't want to hear it. I was just pissed over the title shit. You know what I mean? Lo and behold, sitting here around maybe 12 something, and I look on my mixtapes, and boom, there it is. The fucking project is on a mixtape app. And I'm like, why the fuck is the album on a mixtape app? Anyway, so I was like, cool. I didn't have to worry about downloading this shit. I didn't have to worry about downloading title or signing up or whatever. So I'm listening to the project. You know, I finally got in my zone, got focused, and decided to give it a fair shake. So features, I already talked about that. Y'all should know who on the project. It starts off with Glory, which was very different. I didn't think that'd actually be the first track that, you know, start the project off. But whatever, y'all know how I feel about that. That shit hard body. Bars, metaphors, his flow, crazy. Moving on to He's Dead. Kind of different, you know. I definitely thought that sample was crazy, you know. That was a crazy sample. But, you know, he talked about Zans, you know, rest in peace to Cash Money Weezy. Basically talked about money. And I guess it's the form of saying the old him is dead and this is the new him, I guess. It is what it is, but I fuck with that record. Number three, I Feel Good. He flipped the James Brown beat, which was astonishing because I'm like, wow, how the fuck did he get the approval to do this shit? But nevertheless, the beat was dope. I fuck with that sample. You know, the lyrics was cool. You know, his bars was alright. You know, straight, nothing too impressive, but just the fact that he rapped on a beat like that made you like the song, or at least I did. Number four, My Heart Races featuring Jake Troth. I think that's how you say it. The beat and hook was on point. It's a real song, got some heartfelt lyrics in there, so I definitely thought that was a good look. You know, I had no problem with it, and I'm like, okay, bam. You know, the first four songs is pretty dope. And then to get to London Roads, that shit get three checks, boy. That shit was crazy. The melodic beat, you know, I love the flow. His lyrics was there, you know, the hook, and he had some bars within there. And I'm like, okay, this is a different beat, but yeah, Wayne's still doing his thing. Maybe this album will be cool. And then we hit number six, I'm That Nigga featuring Hoodie Baby. I just couldn't get with it. I mean, the beat was cool, his flow was there, but it just seemed like it just wasn't it. You know, I couldn't fuck with it. I tried listening to that shit six times, still felt nothing. A lot of these songs you listen to it and don't feel nothing. You know, that's why I was just saying people ain't gonna keep it real, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Number seven, Psycho. Um, it was good. You know, the beat was there. The sample hook. That's why I like if you're gonna use a sample, use it for the hook. I thought that was pretty clever in a sense. You know, for Wayne at least. Um, Basically he turned Psycho over a chick. You know, he crazy over her, and he just saying the many things of why he's being a psycho or whatever. A lot of people probably won't like this track. It was cool. Number eight, Murder featuring Corey Guns and Junior Reed and Capo. It was a good song. It should have just been Lil Wayne and Corey Guns. Capo is forgettable. Junior Reed, that shit is so fucking 2004. You know what I mean? So Wayne and Corey Guns kept it lit. Number nine, Thinking About You. I didn't like that song at all. Number 10, Without You featuring BB Borelli. The hook is dope. I fuck with the hook. You know, Wayne is great at these songs. You know, shout out to Sever the Bond. Like he said, you know, it reminds you of when he was on the Carter 3 with the song Comfortable. Not really, but in a sense, the way he does songs like that, I always appreciated Wayne for that. Number 11, Post Bill Ballin'. I fuck with that record. You know, the beat was very eerie. You know, that's what drove me into listening to it. And I thought the hook was okay. The flow was kind of basic. He talked about money and shit, but you know, that's kind of the Wayne that I grew to love, I guess. Number 12, Pull Up featuring Euro. They back and forth was crazy. That shit get three checks major. That beat was raw as fuck. You know, Euro did his thing, but I think he need to promote himself more and put more music out because he dropped that EP off, and ever since then we ain't heard shit from him. So it is what it is. Number 13, Living Right featuring Wiz Khalifa. This shit was whack. I'm sorry. Like, Wiz Khalifa, what the fuck was that? You know, I was expecting you to be on your, rolling papers type shit. You was on that 28 grams bullshit, but it is what it is. Number 14, White Girl featuring Jeezy. I didn't really like this. It was okay. It's not their best collab, but they definitely had better songs. The song they did, Ballin', I think it's called Ballin'. That shit was way better than this. And Jeezy, I think, had a song called White Girl that was murdering this shit. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And the last track, Pick Up Your Heart, spoken word at the end was pretty dope. The beat was crazy. I like his flow, the sample and his lyrics. It was all, a good look to close out the album. But overall, we got the same shit from Wayne: drug references, money references, pussy references. He talked about the situation when he got shot. The cop that saved him ended up dying. Um, it was one thing on number 6. The dude that's featured on there, Hoodie Baby, he reminded me of Juvie. You know what I mean? Juvenile, for those who don't know his nickname. And number 8, it kind of reminded me of Nicki's song Chirac. The hook was weak on that shit, and it did need capo, like I said. But overall, it was nothing really new here. It's just some good music. I think people just gassed because we got new Lil Wayne music, and after a while, you won't really play it back. You know what I mean? Because when the last time you listened to Sorry for the Wait, and that shit was dope. But like I said, and like Sever the Bond said, and many others, you can't compare this to a mixtape because it's an album. So I mean, if you really go back and listen to I'm Not a Human Being too, and you listen to this and see for yourself which was better, I mean, it should have been a mixtape in my opinion. Am I excited for the Carter 5 still? Nah, that dream is gone already. You know what I'm saying? It's is what it is. Better idea. Compare this shit to Drake's last project since they both did the same shit. Mixtape album. I'm gonna go ahead and say Drake shit was doper than this. And yeah, some of this shit sound dated as fuck. You know what I mean? But this is my review. You ain't gotta watch it. I rate it 8.5 out of 10. I fuck with 11 of the songs on this project. Production 8.5 out of 10 because the production was the main part that got me the more attention once I sat back and really got into the album through my Dre beats on and really let the bass and the sense and everything kick in my head. And it's like, okay, the production value is what keeps it going. But if you had Wayne on production like that new song that he got out, I don't think a lot of people really paid attention. But a lot of people still gassing it on Twitter. Fire, it's fire. It's cool. Fire is when Wayne dropped a millie. Fire is when he dropped, uh, what's that single off the Carter 2? Hustlers music. That's fire. Fireman was fire. You know what I mean? That's an underrated song. So let's not just get it gas. Let's just appreciate the fact that Wayne just put out new music and most people are happy about that. You know what I mean? But let's face it, if this shit came out in stores, everybody saying it's fire wouldn't have bought the shit. Y'all would be streaming it or some sucker shit like that. So at the end of the day, I want to see when this money's up, people still talking about this project. Other than that, I fuck with it. It's cool. You know what I mean? I'll probably listen to it the rest of the weekend. Other than that, I'm out, man. One.